I'm making this video to show the more intricate pattern detail that you can do with dots. I've already made the base bead because I find that the boring part and nobody wants to watch that. So, if you got a big torch, turn it down. If you have a little torch, it should be good for temperature and heat control. We'll start by applying our dots, and I basically just get into a rhythm, so you should be able to fit 7 or 8 dots around the middle of the bead. You just sort of eyeball the spaces between it if you've got a nice steady hand. It's a lot easier when you turn your torch down so you're working cooler. If you find you've got too much glass on one, you can just pull it off, or you can wait until you've melted them in and then add more. What we're going to try to do here is make dots big enough that they leave a bit of a gap between them, and then we're going to mask off the ends of the dots. So just warm them up and melt them in. Every once in a while you got to pull the bead out of the flame so it starts to cool down, and then you can focus the flame again back on the ends of the beads so they pull the dots down towards the mandrel. So you can see how some of the dots are a little further apart or a little smaller, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to touch the top of those dots with a little bit more glass. Sorry, flying glass. Anyway, we only want to touch up the dots that are too small next to the ones that are too big so that they get more glass on them, and then even them out a little bit. We'll melt that in. Turn up your torch a little bit if you need to. The colors I'm using are a lapis cobalt blue. It's more of an opaque than the transparent, and ephedra white. And these colors don't bleed into one another. They leave nice crisp lines. I like using the white and the blue together. Sort of like cornflower blue. So those dots look pretty close in size. We're going to just add a little more glass to move them a little bit bigger and towards each other. And then we'll melt that in again. I like to work a little further out in the flame, and then I'll turn down the flame and work a little closer to the torch. Use the bracket that I've got my torch mounted on to rest my hands while I'm working. I shake a little bit so it's nice to have something to rest my arms on, or my wrists on. You can see it's sort of getting donut shape. As you start to work out, pull the glass back towards the mandrel by heating it up below the dots and towards the mandrel. And that'll start to pull it back to round. Take your stringer, I think these are about 3mm stringers, they're the commercial made ones, and the stringers of the same color as the base, and we're going to just drop a dot on the end of each of the white dots on each side. Doesn't have to be a big dot, doesn't have to be a little dot, just whatever you want to do, and as it melts in, it's going to create a bit of a masked pattern. If your dots aren't quite right, they're not in the right position, or they're a little bigger or a little smaller, just add more glass or take away a little bit before you start to melt it in. If you focus the flame at the middle of the bead, you'll pull the dots towards each other. That's kind of the masking technique, and it'll give you a bit of a design. But you want to pull some of that glass back towards the mandrel so you're bead doesn't end up being totally donut shaped. Because we're going to work down there too. Take it out of the flame, let it cool a little bit so you can see what you've got going. Those dots are pretty even. I don't think I need to touch them up, but if you did, you just add another little bit of glass to each of the dots and they would get bigger and move towards each other. So I've got another hand-pulled stringer and it's a lot smaller, it's probably a 1mm, and I'm going to use that to put little dots right there. Remember to breathe while you're putting your dots down. If you hold your breath, you're going to get all confused and distracted. And if your stringer's too small, you're going to have to pull another one. I think the hardest part is lining them up so that you're dropping the glass on the bead in the same area. So you can see this one's off a little bit. If it's off too much or it hasn't been totally set, you can pull it off or pull it down. This one looks like I'm just going to pull it down. So we'll melt those in. And they're going to make the blue dots spread just a little bit more. But you want to melt those ones in really slow so they don't get too big too fast. The more heat you apply to the dot, the bigger it's going to get. And it may spread or bleed. A quick blow on them. Cool it off so you can see what you've got going. I'm going to put some more dots on there. I'm going to put a dot here, here, here. This one right there. Work one side of the bead at a time, and that way if the other side doesn't quite look the same, it's a design element. Same thing goes here with the dots. If they're too big, pull some glass off or add some to the other ones. Once they're seated, you're kind of committed, so. That one's pretty big, but we'll just fix that. Adding a little more glass. The thinner your stringer, the smaller your dot. But if you're working in the flame, like this flame is a little too big for this stringer, I'll just pull it down a little bit more. And warm up just the touch the glass, and pull it back towards the flame so it cuts it. And when you're working with thin stringer, this is a lot easier than trying to apply the glass to the glass while the glass is hot. Kind of like that. The real trick to most of dot work is to remember to keep your glass warm. You could be so focused on dropping dots that you forget that your other side of your bead is getting cold, and then you go and hit it with the flame and it goes click. That doesn't work. Alright, so got a little bit of a stringer at the end of this rod, and I'm just going to drop a little bit of glass right at the bottom of those, making sort of a V. Those in. I'll pull a little more stringer because I went out. This is a little glob of glass on the end. Touch it down and pull slowly. Pull it too fast, but we can fix that. So you've got a little bit of glass to work with. Do the same thing on this side. These dots look like they'll be a little bigger than the ones on the other side, but that's okay. We're going to play with that. So let's warm up our bead again. You can see by the way it glows right away that it's still good and warm, so we don't have to worry about it cracking. Typically, if it's got a really big bead and you count to 3 and it's still not glowing, it's getting too cold. It'll probably crack if you don't warm it up slowly. Alright. I'm going to twist the dots. I'm going to warm up a spot right there and twist. And I think I'm going to do it with a bit of white, so I'm just going to pull another heavier stringer. Okay. So we'll start by right here, making a twist. Warm up the surface, and give it a twist. And you can burn it off, or you can chill it off. I prefer to chill it off, so I'll put my stringer in there again, give it a twist, give it a blow, and then snap it off. I like this method because it doesn't leave glass behind, except the spot where we pushed. Another design element. If your stringer's too small or your glass is too cool, you won't get a good twist. So just go back in there and twist it again. So we've got twists around the back side, we've got masked dots at the top. We're going to have to do the other side yet, but that's kind of the gist. And there's a little bit of glass left with each twist, so it'll give it another little dot. Everything works with dots. Glass was a little too soft. So we'll try it again. Twist. There we go. Not working as well. design element. Pull a little more stringer because that one's getting too fat and it leaves more glass behind than I want to leave behind. Oops. Got that glass too warm. Last twist. So you can see some of these twists look a little weird compared to the others, but that's okay. Just adds interest to the bead. So we're going to warm it up, melt it smooth without getting it too melty. I like to melt the ends first and then I go into the middle. Pull it out and take a look and see how we're doing. If everything's smooth, doing good. And it looks good. There you go. That is a mask dot with pinwheels on the side.